Sometimes great things come in big packages. You know, this weekly flight briefing is just a little bit longer than last week, but it's jammed with content to show you how to create compelling content faster, connect with your customer where they are, and stream your message to the known connected planet. Hey, my name is Ed Rush, 5-time #1 best-selling author and former F-18 fighter pilot, and your host for this weekly flight briefing. So what I'm reading right now is a book called The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. It's a fiction book that is one of the most well-written books I've ever read. Secret note number 1. I love fiction. You know, there's something about a well-written novel that inspires the soul and blossoms your creativity. So I purposely intake fiction at just the right time and in just the right way, especially in times when I'm looking to be a little bit more creative. Secret note number 2. On mornings when I write, I usually spend 20 minutes and up to an hour reading great fiction. It's a technique that I call priming the pump. In fact, it gets you in the right mode to create great works while sitting at your computer. Secret note number 3. I'm actually starting my 6th book, and I'm going to be using The Book Thief as my prime the pump book for that 6th book that I'm writing. Secret note number 4. I was just going to call these notes, but I thought secret note was like way more cloak and dagger and thus way cooler. So what I'm focusing on right now is live streaming video. But you knew that already. I mean, look, I've broadcast a show every weekday morning for the last 2 months. Did I mention every weekday morning for the last 2 months? You know, it makes me exhausted just to say it, but I've learned a lot in the process, and I want to share with you some of my best live streaming tips. Tip number 1, go where your audience is. Now, my audience flocked to YouTube mostly because the chat feature on YouTube is robust and fast. Now, Facebook results have been just okay. I've had some viewers there, but most of them over on YouTube. Instagram has been an actual hero. There's 4 letters I want you to look up. IGTV. My post-show clips that are usually about 3 to 5 minutes long, I've been posting them over on Instagram TV and getting 300 to 800 views on those short clips of the big show. Now, Twitter, of all social medias, I think is a meaningless, unraveling roll of toilet paper. It is literally the most meaningless social media platform unless you want to do one thing. Unless you want to catch up on the latest political banter and be angry about something, Twitter is absolutely, in my opinion, meaningless. There, I said it. Tip number 2, start every show with a benefit. Most live streaming shows start like this. Hey guys, welcome. It's Ed to the show. And wow, there's so many people here. Hi, Frida. Hi, Gina. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hey. Now, video stats all prove that the biggest drop in attendees happens in the very first minute. So you as a broadcaster need to make your first minute count. My pro tip for you is make your first sentence either start with the word you or the word imagine. Now, watch this short intro to one of my recent shows and you'll see me doing both in the first 2 sentences.
Imagine it's 5 years from now. You're sitting in your office or your kitchen or your chair or wherever you do your thinking, but it's 5 years from now. Looking back 5 years from now, what would you be thrilled about the things that you did right now that made the biggest change for you 5 years from now?
Tip number 3, interact with your guests. Now, one of the beauties of live streaming content is you have people who can comment while you're actually on the show. Those people do, however, need to be recognized so that you can create an interactive show. So as a best practice on live streaming, I usually pause about every 5 to 10 minutes to catch up and chat, to say hello to the people that are there, and to acknowledge some of their comments and their questions. It makes for a much more interactive show and it makes for a much more interesting show. Tip number 4, do it now. People tell me they want to live stream, but they're not ready for it yet. Listen, that's bull butter. Do it now. Literally, turn your phone around, press live, and do it now. Your first show is going to be awful. Everyone's first show is awful, but get past that first one onto the second one where you can begin to feel better and more comfortable in front of the camera to grow and compel your audience. Bonus number 1. I have 9 more tips on a live streaming show I did called the top 9 tips for live streaming your message. Bonus number 2. I'm taking on some new clients this month, so if you're interested in learning how to broadcast your message and to accelerate your business, reach out to my team and let me know you're interested in getting a little coaching. Now, the latest app that I've been using is an app called Streamyard. I was just talking about live streaming video, and Streamyard is an app that allows you to simultaneously broadcast to YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and also LinkedIn if you happen to be one of LinkedIn's approved live streamers. I found Streamyard to be one of the easiest platforms to figure out. You literally connect your camera, connect your microphone, and then you can stream live. And the graphics are really nice. You can bring the chat discussion in so that it shows up on your screen. So give it a shot. The website is edrush.com/StreamYard. It's just edrush.com/StreamYard. That's my affiliate link that gives you a nice little discount once you enroll. My challenge of the week is simple. Go live. I'm serious. Turn your camera around, press go live, smile, and teach something awesome for a little while. Remember what I said? Your first show is going to be just okay. Maybe it's going to be awesome. I don't know. But get past the first show onto your next show. Pick the platform of your choice. Turn your camera around, go live, and interact with your audience. By the way, if your first show is like mine, you might have 1 or 2 people there. I mean, one of those people is probably going to be like your mom or something like that. So there's no pressure. Just give it a shot. Sometime in the next week, make a commitment to go live. I know you're going to love it. All right, you've watched or listened this far, so I'll give you an extra bonus. If you're watching this on video, there's a link below. If you're listening, there is a show that I did on YouTube called the Top 9 Tips for Live Streaming Your Message. In that show, I did a little studio tour. I showed you the cameras that I'm using, the lights that I'm using, the microphone that I'm using in this very inexpensive but effective home studio. And that's my bonus to you. Thanks for watching or listening to Ed Talks Weekly Flight Brief. Listen, if this was helpful for you, if it helped you in your day and it helped you become a better entrepreneur, please do me a favor and click the subscribe or like button on this video or podcast. It means a lot to me, and I know the social media platforms will appreciate it too. I'll talk to you next week for your weekly flight briefing.